Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing good tonight. Glad everybody can make it in. This week I'm on a cruise, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to get in, depending on what's going on, how the internet is. We're on the Carnival Vista. Uh, I'm pretty sure we're enjoying ourselves and having a good time, and I hope all of y'all are looking forward to y'all's next cruise. But I figured this might be a good time to do some highlights from some of the past shows we've done and just go over some refreshing things. So hopefully I'll be in the chat if nothing else. But again, I'm on a cruise ship, so it just depends on how the internet is and what's going on. But again, thank everybody for coming in. Hope you enjoy the highlights, and we'll see you next week. People need to think about when they first starting, and maybe what made you decide to start a YouTube channel.
First and foremost, I'm going to speak for the fam.
Right.
It has to be fun for us.
Right.
One, we're not in it for the fame. We're not in it for the riches. We're here to have a good time. We're not here for a long time, but we're going to have a good time.
Right.
One of the things that I thought about when you asked me is that very question. Mm-hmm. Coker Culture does a community closing at the end of his videos and ask a simple question. What is your why? Why did we do it? Why did we want to be a part of this community? What are we hoping to gain from it? It's me, my wife, and our son. We've been doing it really for about 2 years, maybe 3. Our whole goal, we've achieved our goal. We've had a good time. It's been a blast. Shameless plug here. We have a live Monday night and a decision has to be made. And so we haven't made it yet, but we're talking. If it's not fun anymore, if it becomes too much of a work,
right.
You're not enjoying it. For us, is this something that needs to continue? Right. I have no problem with CNS Travel getting on here, and their goal is to become the next Mr. Beast. Mm-hmm. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Nor do I have the Fam Adventures getting on here and just sharing their everyday life with whoever wants to watch it. Side benefits from it. I've met wonderful people here. And I say here in the community. I haven't shaken every one of their hands, but I'm face to face with you. I don't know you from the guy walking down the street, but now I can get to know you. And hearing people talk and coming together, that community bond, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, new, old, been doing it for 25 years, just started last week. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You do you, we're going to do us, and what it is what it is.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's like we were talking about before. When we do lives, when we go to other people's lives, when we go to premieres, it's just like, the live you do, hang out. It's like all of us just go to a local bar and hang out. And everybody is friendly. Everybody is willing to help each other, help learn, help grow. It's we're fortunate that we're stumbled across this community and we're able to become a part of it. And we're just fortunate. I mean, we could very easily have not found this community, and I think all of our experiences will be a whole lot different.
I agree. Tuber Chat has something that I am struggling with. It's Kevin from Tuber Chat, right. And he says, share your achievements, whether it's your first 50 or your 5,000, share that with the community. It's not about the subscribers. for us. It's not about the watch hours for us. Don't get me wrong. I do pay attention to them as part of the analytics and all of that.
Right.
I struggle with doing that because your image, your perception of me not knowing me might be messed up when you see he posted that he reached 200 subscribers. So we just don't do it.
Right.
I fuss at myself because with the community, which is huge, by the way, they may not know it, and they're not going to know it unless I tell them.
Right.
Scott, like you said, the man is amazing. If you have a question, he will answer it. Honestly, it doesn't take him 3 months.
Right.
So for me, that was, I know that I don't know, but I don't know to ask, or in this case, who to ask.
Right.
And then I find out really quick. Become friends with them on Facebook. Be respectful of their time. But if you have a question, ask them. They're going to give you an answer. So
part of what I started this jumping into the deep end live about was trying to help newer people build YouTube channels and help each other, grow. And
Right.
you're one of the big up and comers into lives and on YouTube. So I wanted to see what some of the insights you had and what some things I might could use that you're doing, or some things that I do you could do, or help other people also. But
Right.
what got you to start playing in the YouTube streets here?
Well, I was a lurker for a long time, man, way before COVID even hit. And I started watching a couple of channels about the time COVID hit. Tony Lilita Loca and Don's Family Cruises and a few others that I had dropped. But Derek kind of caught my eye way at the very beginning when he first started. And I kind of like his style. And, it seemed like a good boy, good country boy kind of boy. And kind of appealed to me in his style. I just kind of looked at everybody's style, and I don't ever try to replicate anybody's style because that's not me. And so what I started doing is, how would I do this, And and that's what I started doing. I wear that straw hat all the time on every cruise I go on. Those hat pins, every place I go, I put another pin on it, and that's me. That's my style. And actually, the newspaper, local Galveston Daily News, kind of got me with my name because I started writing a column for them by cruising. And that picture actually is a picture that their photographer took of me. And so I just kind of set up my style, my logo. The paper actually helped me pick my name. I had some good ideas, and they kind of rolled some other good ideas. The business editor was a very good friend of mine. I've known her a very long time. I used to be a business talk show host. She was on my show a few times when I was on the radio. And so, it kind of, one thing led to another, and it's doing something I like to do. One of my favorite topics is cruises. So once you have a passion for it, you kind of let it go, take you where it goes,
Oh yeah, that's right. What has been one of the biggest surprises to you, I guess, so far, after you got started, that you really didn't think about or realize would be there?
The friendship. I mean, it's a community. It's more of a community. I always thought it was kind of like a little group and all that, but it's kind of evolved into where it's a pretty cool community of people with a like mind on cruises. Now, everybody has their own niche, has their own angle, which is pretty cool, I think. And and that's what's kind of surprised me is the friendship that's shown towards me and how people hey, Rick, let me help you. And they're very helpful. Uh, Now I'm up over 380 now and climbing. It says I gain like 30 some odd 40 followers every 30 days. And so I like that. And it's kind of cool watching. I'm now starting to get into the analytics now more. And it's fascinating, And my daughter is a marketing director for a local college, and she kind of helps me a little bit on the marketing side. As a matter of fact, that Texas symbol, the boat anchor and all that, she designed that for me. And she came up with the verbiage, cruising like a Texan. That was her idea. I said, hey, that's cool.
That's right. Well, using the job and using what education about she got from it. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, you always worry that if you're going to niche yourself too small. I have not ran into that yet. And a lot of cruisers, Derek, Island Time, Coach Cruise, and several others call me the Galveston guy. And, a little bit of me kind of worried. I hope I'm not typecasted too tight, but it hasn't hit. And it's, it hasn't been a problem so far. I continue to grow. One thing I found that helped me a lot is before I did start doing the YouTube, I was creating Facebook pages. I had multiple Facebook pages I created, and the best one I have right now, the biggest, is the Royal Caribbean. It used to be Harmony of the Seas, but I changed it because we're growing other oases. So it's called Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships, Galveston, and so it's evolved there. We surpassed 67,000 members this weekend.
Right.
And I can't believe how fast that page has grown. And it's been a great community, and it's been a good launching point for me in my YouTube channel.
Right. I guess a lot of followers on the Facebook page, they'll follow you over to your YouTube channel.
Yeah. And I have about a dozen other Facebook pages, but that's my biggest one. I know Alex has got a good one, Royal Caribbean Galveston. And Alex, he's got like 88,000 members.
Right.
We're members of both our pages. I'm members on his, he's members on mine.
That's a lot of people on a Facebook page. Keep up with you.
Yes, it is. Well, I tell you what, I finally had to take on two people to help me admin it because it gets to be a little bit of a job, but it's a fun job, I think. So, but to help me, make sure we keep the trash out, the spam and the ads. We don't do ads on there. We don't have vendors come on there. We kind of keep those out. So, and it's been, everybody tells us that they think we have a great page. So,
with your YouTube journey, what do you want to come from it, or what's your plans to do with your channel down the road?
Chat group on YouTube.
Right.
I plan to eventually work with other guys like you guys and do YouTube chat boards or StreamYard here. I've been on a couple, and it's fun. I think I will be doing one here probably in August. I'll probably start working on. I want to do something that's. I don't want to replicate what you guys do, but still have fun, and we talk about cruising and all that. All that's going to be kind of similar, but something along that line. Scott and them, what they did with their game shows and all that, that's pretty fun. I mean, I'm not going to do that because Scott and them, I think they have a corner on that. Scott and Chris and Liz and Greg and Michelle, I mean, they do an excellent job with that match game and some of the other games they play. And Scott's a great MC, so I just have fun being part of the crowd, part of the audience.
Okay, yeah, they definitely got the game shows figured out.
Yeah,
With the
I got to figure out something.
Then the Friday the match game.
Yeah. I'm finding that it's a little bit of a grind to do that live show on Monday nights, try to get 1 hour of content. And so what I do is like all Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I work on cruise news topics and expand on that. And if I can come up with some history, cruise ship history or something like that, I'll try to put that in there, try to have some educational. It's kind of fun to talk about. But as a addition to that, I need to work on a chat board and some, probably maybe two other collaborators that we can do together. I'd be really interested in doing that. Having a discussion board online.
We're doing good. Out of work, sitting here, got the invite. We're like, hell yeah, we're here because, like you said, to start the community is absolutely effing amazing. And we're honored to be a part of it.
Yes, I mean, that's what My Heart Hands is all about, is the love and support that we have gotten. And just everybody embraced us into this community and just rallied. And, now we try to do that back because we just love it. Like the friendships you make, the connections, it's amazing.
It is ridiculous. You can see the wall behind us is growing. So a lot of the channels don't have stickers yet. So Liz took it upon herself to grab their logos, put them on paper, print them out, cut them up there because it's all about the support.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Well, I was wondering, y'all gonna have to get you a bigger wall here for long.
I know.
we were talking about that the other day. We're going to have to move the camera back and,
We got room.
Look at that. We got a whole bunch up there. We got some here. I mean, wait, this side. There it is.
We were just trying not to block the bottom, so we got room there too.
And then the further out we go, you're going to see all the crap that's hanging around here.
No, we're not.
What they like about them. What they use them for is, promoting things and reminding viewers about upcoming cruises or things of that nature, and getting your, social media information out to people and the live chats and that kind of thing. So that's some of the things that I found today looking into it. Liz, you think anything else other than these about what Nightbot can do or you should do with Nightbot?
Yeah, I mean, for us, we use it mostly to allow people to drop the hashtag that you assign so that they can connect with each other. We also are on group cruise. I have Nightbot dropping it,
Right.
But it is definitely handy. I know Vicky on Foodies Vacations did a test, she did a giveaway, so
Right.
you can do that with Nightbot too. We haven't actually tried that yet, but I think it's a really great idea instead of doing the Wheel of Names or whatever, doing the raffles. But to me, I think it's cool because you can set how often Nightbot comes up in the chat.
Right.
And on Scott doesn't use Nightbot, but if he did, try to get people to sign up for Match Game, drop a form, or here's my merch shop,
Right.
here's this, so it's all automated. It also, if you are worried about trolls, people whoever we all yell Denise when Denise comes in the chat. If you write in caps, if you have it on the wrong sensitivity, right, it'll time out the person. So you've got to get the right setting. So we can actually take a look at how you set it up. I think it's good for people to know how to set it up. Actually, Jeremy from now Hats on a Mission and also Cruising is Fun. Anytime, he helped me set it up when we first joined the community.
Yep.
Right.
And so he's the master, but we would be happy to show, because once you get it set up, you don't really have to touch it, right? So yeah, there's your Nightbot screen. You just go to nightbot.tv and then you log in with your YouTube Google address. So for us, it's carnivalcruiseaddicts@gmail.com, and then you get a dashboard. And it does give you some interesting stats. You can see, it's hard to see actually because it's so tiny. I wish I could make this bigger. Can I make this bigger?
Control plus.
Control plus.
Yeah, that was a little bigger.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, we're getting there.
So in our live Sunday, our last live, we had Ron from DeFam Adventures was our top chatter. So like some people like to be recognized as the top chatter, and of course Danny, and then King Wolf, and Sherman. Look at that. You were fourth place. What's that about?
Well, that gives you stats, which is pretty cool because I'm a numbers guy. I'm in retail, so you're always looking at numbers. So this is cool.
Yeah, and then Scott was fifth, but he's usually up there. But he's working.
He's normally he's
always working on his phone. I don't know how he
chatting without the hashtag CCA.
But you can see that like the CCA, which is our like what we use, you use CNS, but we use CCA. You can set it up 18 times it was used during our live, right? So that means people are trying to like grow, and get some more connections. And if you're on Jen.Cohen's live, she has a bunch of like hidden hashtags that like really funny, right? Like, I forget what it is. Moist. What was it? Cunnilingus was the newest one. I don't know, like a whole bunch of weird ones. You can put in something funny, and it's like it's just fun for engagement, right?
The whole point is when you type in your hashtag CCA, it recognizes your channel. It puts your link up there, so people can just go to the chat and just click on your link, and then go to your channel. So it's super easy.
Yeah. And like what I like to do is I actually look at my logs because I want to know like who was in our live. Like, did I watch the recent video? Like, I need to make sure like people who show up that I'm paying attention to.
Right. Who do we now say hi to?
So it kind of just like it has a log of all the chats and everything. But the biggest thing is setting up the command. Yeah. Right. Sure. And so I know it's hard to see, but if anybody needs the command, feel free to reach out to me or Sherman, and we'll be happy to paste it because you have to have it exactly right or it doesn't work.
We tried so many times and failed epically. And so, yeah, she got down pat now.
But once it's in here, you can set up multiple commands. And, that will, it'll tell you like how often then, you want it to happen. Timer. So like I have it like every 15 minutes, it'll auto populate and remind people that they can drop their link. I also put in, so these are timers. You can add whatever you want. Like if you want to remind people about a live coming up or a cruise, like if you have a cruise coming up or whatever. So these are fun too. And then under chat moderation, like I pretty much disable everything because I don't get people coming in and swearing and yelling at us or anything. Maybe we will, but like if you got the sensitivity too high, then it like times people out. So
what do you think would be the maybe 2 or 3 things with Nightbot that would be what you need to focus or should focus on to help grow your channel and to keep it running smooth in a live? But what do you think would be kind of the main things folks should ought to pay attention to and definitely try to work out to start with?
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, you want to go first?
Well, I think we're probably about to say the same thing. It's about connecting. You know what I mean? So drop that link to connect your channel. Don't be a bounce in, bounce out. If you have the time to sit in somebody's live and BS with them, communicate in the chat, and connect with the community, I think that's kind of the most important thing because as the host of the show or whoever's doing the live, you can't mention everybody all the time. And I think that's where Nightbot comes in. And we encourage people, if somebody's putting a Nightbot chat, to click on that link and say, okay, this is a channel I might be interested in. So me personally, I think that's probably the best use of Nightbot is to share your channel, engage with the people. And if you're in that person's live, it's likely that you have the same interest, whether it be cruising, this, that, or otherwise, or you might learn something new. So me personally, that's what I think.
And I think I don't even think we're not even using it. I should be putting in like, what's our Facebook group? What's our shipmate?
Too, yeah.
What's our, merch shop or membership? Like all the stuff that actually like our moderators drop for us. Like I could put that on my Nightbot. But I'm also like, we're not good at self-promotion.
I was just to say,
I don't like, self-promotion. It's even hard to say, like, please remember to like and subscribe. Like, honestly, I think that's a generational thing that, like, we grew up, like, you just keep your head down, you focus on your work, you don't ask for, but I do think Nightbot could be a nice way to do it where you're not actually having to say it,
Right.
All the content creators here put so much time and energy and effort. Like you have to celebrate the little wins, right? You have to celebrate the milestones, because like we put our heart and soul into this, and it's nice to get like acknowledgement, right? And so
it's not a brag, right? It's not a brag saying, "Oh, look what we did. We're so good." It's a holy. Right.
If it wasn't for everyone,
and it is only because of the people that watch us and follow us. So thank you. So I mean, a lot of channels, and we watch a lot, put it out there like, I'm so good. We're like, oh my God, I can't believe we got here because of you guys. And I think most everybody watching this is literally on the same plane. It's not yay, look how good I am. It's oh my God, thank you for helping me get here. There's a huge difference.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the great things about YouTube is this is not a competition.
Nah.
Right?
Some people think
this is you're not going to succeed if you don't have the support. Mm-hmm. And everybody in here, every single person in here, right? We appreciate the support. We will give the support back. Like you get what you give, I think.
Yeah.
Right? If you invest the time and energy, and it's like you start getting to know everybody and you are personally connected. That's what it should be, not sub for sub.
Yeah, there's plenty of resources. I mean, we've reached out to so many people and people have asked us for help. And, that's what we said at the beginning of this thing. It's a community. It's absolutely a community. You don't know what you don't know. And you can't learn it unless you ask somebody to teach you. So don't be shy. Don't be pompous. Just ask for help. And that's what we all do.
And I'm happy to help whoever, like I said, we got a lot of help early on. I am all about paying it forward. So anything I could do, I'm on Facebook, like find us, email me at carnivalcruisenx@gmail.com, whatever. Like we need to lift each other up and support each other.
The growth strategy on TikTok is just slightly different, I believe, because you have to engage. It's not different in the way that. Okay, so this is how it's different on YouTube. It's a you watch videos. You watch long videos and you watch shorts and everything, and the numbers go in two different directions. On TikTok, there are only vertical videos and live streams available. I do believe from a creator's standpoint, there should be like playlists available where you can do, because right now I'm trying to tell the story, of a person, and it would be good to have playlists. But TikTok, as far as us cruise creators are concerned, is an untapped resource over here on the TikTok side. There are a lot of people who cruise and have cruising content over there on TikTok that are not on YouTube, or at least they're not sharing it in their bio.
Right.
Now, the bio is the same thing as the bio that you would have on a YouTube account, but it's short. It's really, really short. You have to make your point really fast with TikTok. And that brings the creativity bug out more, I believe, on the TikTok side, because you only got 3 minutes in which to make your point and go. That's it. You got 3 minutes max, and so, but you can do a lot as a video editor with 3 minutes. I believe you can get your point made as long as you're telling a short story. Now, for now for YouTuber, no, wait, for cruise tubers and those of us that want to tell a whole story and, you know, walk all the way from the ship to the port and walk you around this, you know, island and stuff. That's where your long form stuff needs to go. But you can use your TikTok to point them to your YouTube.
Right.
Okay. So this is what we're used to seeing over here on the YouTube side, right? And I believe that we're talking about YouTube in comparison to TikTok. Okay. So I have both of them up, but I can just do, you know, one at a time. So I'll be switching in between the two. Now, there are some settings that I want to share with everybody. You would need to be in YouTube Studio on a computer in order to do this. But you want to push the customization tab. And then, let's see, you can put in a banner, a picture, and your name. Also, your handle right here. This thing right here, I believe, should match your username. That way, whenever they do search for your channel, it's going to match the name. And that's going to make your channel very easy to find, because not all the time are you going to have cards, or is somebody going to be able to scan your phone, especially out there on the cruise ship. I've had where people didn't have internet, didn't have a phone, didn't know how to scan a code. And I'm like, oh man, you know, so your handle should match your channel name. And then you could leave a description right here. You know, you see how long this bio is? Comparatively speaking, I want to take you over here to the TikTok side. And do y'all see this right here? This is how long your bio can be. So you have to make your point in a very small way. Okay. And then on your other customization tabs here, you can, you know, you can put your links right here. I prefer to send them to one link. Okay. And that is my Popple. The Popple, what it is, it's a link tree that has all of your links all in a row, nice and neat for them. And you can also put your phone number in. They can text you, you know, whatever. If you're a travel agent or have a at-home business, you can put your phone number in there and people can, you know, text you, call you, things like that. But most importantly is that you can consolidate all of everywhere you can be found in one link. And that's what I chose to do over here on YouTube, as well as TikTok. So let's get back over here to the studio side. And this is the Popple link that I was telling you about. Popple is absolutely free, and you can scan it. You know, whatever you're sharing it, you can scan it or copy the code or copy the link, and you could share it out. And that way everybody will have everywhere you can be found. You could put a video watermark here. Now, but what I want to take you to also is the home tab. Your layout is what people see whenever they visit your YouTube channel. And you can leave it the way that YouTube has it, or if you want to get more viewers onto your content, what I would do is put new sections in it. It's like if you have live streams, if you have videos, if you have shorts, you definitely want those three things to be highlighted on your home tab, because not everybody knows that you have a playlist of a cruise that you did 3 years ago on the Vista, you know, or anything like that. So you have to definitely put it out here on the front on that home page. That way people can find your playlists. I don't have any playlists so far because this is a shorts channel, and I'm doing some live streams as well coming in on the YouTube side. Now, what I started doing over here on the TikTok side is going live also. And but only been live a couple of times. And the difference, one of the differences over here on TikTok is that it doesn't save the replay for everybody to go back and see. I've been able to share highlights so far, but not a whole live stream. So once you do a live stream here, it's gone unless you share highlights, you know, little 1 minute, 30-second to 1 minute clips that they collected. And they said, this is how well you did during this live stream. And so this is where we're going to promote you, because they really do want you to succeed in this. They just don't have a whole lot of video storage space like the YouTube side does over here. And so the layout of your homepage is really, really important. And then you end up with a channel that, you know, it looks good and it's got everything they need to know about you here in your channel description, as well as your link. And then they can view the content here. You know, here's the shorts, the past live streams. This is what it should look like. You know, videos all in a row with nice art around it. These are what are called attention getters. And because you only have a split second to make an impact on a person and to make them click a button. I mean, seriously, US creators know that it gets difficult with some content because it's like, I don't know if I want to spend 10 minutes watching this stuff. But then it's a touch and go with the shorts as well, because unless you put a little more SEO effort into these, they are getting pushed out to a different audience. So that's another good thing about shorts. That's why I like the shorts. I want to bring as much attention on Hats on a Mission as completely possible. So that's why I'm doing it as a shorts channel. Will there be long form content on the channel? Probably so. But I just wanted to start with shorts and see how far I can take it. And, I started this January 8th, 2025, like at the start of this year. And already there's a lot of great responses to this. And I'm just loving the way that it's going so far. Where you can share your links, they released that to me because I already had well over 1,000 at this point, but setting up the new one, I'm like, wait, the link is not available yet. Like they open up abilities, if you will, as you play the game. I could put it into gamer terms. I don't know if I can, but anyway, they open up more abilities as you get more followers. And, these are just realistic play numbers. I like the fact that they give you the amount of plays right here, real big, right up, on the corner. That way you can determine as to what the people like. Right. I know it's just birds and stuff flying across water, but people like it, Oh, and, yeah. I started with the, with the loom knitting stuff over here, but then I decided to dedicate all of that to, to Hats on a Mission. But this is where you can find some wacky stuff over here, and stuff like this, a mandala coloring. I put that up there and it got 300 views. I mean, you never know what people want to watch. So it's like, even if you don't have a cruise to cover or something else, you can create something. Right. And that's the way I treat this JNS Adventures or Jeremy and Cheryl Adventures, is everything can be an adventure, even a ride across town, not only to showcase the town that we live in, because we're very proud of this place. We love it, but to show people the changes of what they can expect whenever they get here. Right. Same thing with the JNS side of YouTube as well. I treat it all the same. Everything can be an adventure, even this tech show. It might become a Jeremy's Tech Adventure. Oh, yeah. So the variety of content was all in the birth of the channel and the page. But whenever you have specific things, it kind of limits you to what you can put, on there, because it's best not to confuse the algorithm also at certain times. However, the thing that I find that works for rapid growth, now we're talking about growth, and now I want to start talking about rapid growth, because what TikTok has to offer are people who have these live rooms, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like what Kevin does over on Tuber Chat, only it's a lot more fast paced. It's it's one host, just like Kevin. They're saying, come on, connect with each other, let's grow together and stuff like that. But it's connect and grow. That's what you do in there. You make friends. And the 4 niches that I am homing in on as far as Hats on a Mission is concerned is people who crochet and knit. Those are my homies, because we're doing the same thing. We're all doing the same things. But I need to look outside of it now. Why am I doing this? It's for people who like to serve others, right?
Right.
So I'm following those channels. They have live streams too.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I follow. Well, I keep calling them channels, but they are really accounts. Okay, I follow those accounts, and then I get people coming in wanting to buy the knitting. So now I'm connecting with shoppers and stuff like that. And then one of my things is food. I like food, and you know how many people are cooking on TikTok?
Man,
It's unbelievable the amount of people who are live at every single point of every single day on TikTok, and there is nothing that you can do to put it down. It's so addicting, and that's why there's really rapid growth over there on the TikTok side, is because I'm reaching outside of my niche with who I follow.
Yeah.
So therefore, whenever you follow somebody, they're going to follow you back if they're a creator, you know,
Right.
or even if they don't have a team, you know, working on their SEO side, then they will probably follow you back. Where you can share your links, you know, they released that to me because I already had well over 1,000 at this point, but setting up the new one, I'm like, wait, the link is not available yet. Like they open up abilities, if you will, as you play the game. You know, I could put it into gamer terms. I don't know if I can, but anyway, they open up more abilities as you get more followers. And, you know, these are just realistic play numbers. I like the fact that they give you the amount of plays right here, real big, right up, you know, on the corner, the way you can determine as to what the people like.
Right.
You know, I know it's just birds and stuff flying across water, but people like it, you know.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I started with the you know, with the loom knitting stuff over here, but then I decided to dedicate all of that to you know, to Hats on a Mission. But this is where you can find some wacky stuff over here, and stuff like this, a mandala coloring. You know, I put that up there and it got 300 views. I mean, you know, you never know what people want to watch. So it's like, even if you don't have a cruise to cover or something else, you can create something.
Right.
And that's the way I treat this JNS Adventures or Jeremy and Cheryl Adventures, is everything can be an adventure, even a ride across town, you know, not only to showcase the town that we live in, because we're very proud of this place. We love it. But to show people the changes of what they can expect whenever they get here. You know, same thing with the JNS side of YouTube as well. I treat it all the same. Everything can be an adventure, even this tech show. It might become a Jeremy's Tech Adventure. So the variety of content was all in the birth of the channel and the page. But whenever you have specific things, it kind of limits you to what you can put you know, on there, because it's best not to confuse the algorithm also at certain times. However, the thing that I find that works for rapid growth, now we're talking about growth, and now I want to start talking about rapid growth, because what TikTok has to offer are people who have these live rooms, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like what Kevin does over on Tuber Chat, only it's a lot more fast paced. It's it's one host, just like Kevin. They're saying, come on, connect with each other, you know, let's grow together and stuff like that. But it's connect and grow. That's what you do in there. You make friends. And the 4 niches that I am homing in on as far as Hats on a Mission is concerned is people who crochet and knit. Those are my homies, because we're doing the same thing. We're all doing the same things. But I need to look outside of it now. Why am I doing this? It's for people who like to serve others, right? So I'm following those channels. They have live streams too. Oh yeah. You know, so I follow. Well, I keep calling them channels, but they are really accounts. Okay, I follow those accounts, and then I get people coming in wanting to buy the knitting. So now I'm connecting with shoppers and stuff like that. And then one of my things is food. I like food, and you know how many people are cooking on TikTok? Man, it's unbelievable the amount of people who are live at every single point of every single day on TikTok, and there is nothing that you can do to put it down. It's so addicting, and that's why there's really rapid growth over there on the TikTok side, is because I'm reaching outside of my niche with who I follow.
Yeah.
So therefore, whenever you follow somebody, they're going to follow you back if they're a creator, you know,
Right.
or even if they don't have a team, you know, working on their SEO side, then they will probably follow you back.
Thank you. Come again.